It says more light required. What's up, guys? It don't matter. I'm pretty sure you guys can see me anyway. So I was just thinking, I'm watching a movie. I'm on TikTok. I'm doing a million things at once. That's just how I am. Anyway, I'm gonna tell you a story about what happened a couple of days ago. So I'm gonna talk about April 4th. I don't know what day it was, but I know it was a day that I was off work. And so my dog, my golden retriever Abby, you know my dog. I've had her for 13 years. She died in August 2023, so it's been 2 years. And it's about to be 3 years. I have a picture of her up there, my Abby. Shout out to Sage. She drew that shit for me. Um, and so she died. And then, so on April 4th, I just kept thinking about her for some reason. I was like, oh man, I miss my dog. That was like my soul dog. Because I had her for 13 years. I had her in my 20s. So this is a story. I'm just going to tell you the quick story. I got her in Colorado when I was married with this army guy. He wasn't just a guy. I just don't want to say his name. But you know who you are. But I found out that he was going to get deployed to Kuwait, Iraq, whatever. And I'm like in a different state. I don't know anybody. I know other like army girls, but I wasn't close to any of them at the time. Maybe I was. I don't remember. But I was like, oh, I'm gonna be so lonely. And it was like just being alone was a big thing for me. Like I was like, I don't want to be alone. I don't have my parents. I never wanted to feel alone. I always felt so alone. The minute I got my dog, I stopped feeling alone. So I ended up going to the pet store. I got my dog. I was between a lab and a golden. The lab was too shy. This golden came and it was Abby, and she was the friendliest dog ever. I was like, okay, I'm gonna take her. So I raised her, I trained her, I did everything for her, and amazing dog. Abby was, oh my God, the best dog ever. We would go to the park and she wasn't even about the dogs. It was just about me. Even other people that were strangers that didn't know me, they're like, wow, what a beautiful dog. She's like, she doesn't even care about anyone but you. Like she just cares about protecting you and being by your side. I was like, yeah, it's true. She was all about me. And then once I had my son, like things changed, and I think she knew that too. She knew that she wasn't number one anymore. And I have some guilt in that because, I had my child. So then, but I'm glad that my son got to grow up with her. And he's 6. My son is almost 6, 7. Well, 7, almost 7. And he still talks about her. And he's like, I want another Abby. And I was like, I can't because I work full time. Anyway, so back to April 4th. So that's the story about Abby and why I got Abby. So I was so devastated when she died. So April 4th, I kept thinking about her. And I was like, damn, why do I keep thinking? I was so bummed out. I was like so sad that I missed my dog. And then the next day, I go on my Facebook and I see the memories pop out. And it was her birthday. April 5th is her birthday. I was like, oh my gosh. Because I initially thought her birthday was in July, but then I got it confused because I thought that her birthday was like in July because that's when I ended up getting her. So it was like July 6th for a very long time, but it was really, her birthday was in April. Anyway, so I was like, damn, that was her birthday, April 5th. And I totally forgot. And I was like, wow, like that's just some like telepathy type of thing. I feel like she was like, hey, look, tomorrow's my birthday, you know? I I was like, damn, happy birthday, Abby. So I did like a little prayer and I was like, happy birthday, Abby. I love you. And I miss you, Abby. And so those are things that I'm like, it's like telepathy and stuff like that. But it's not only just with my dog, it's with a lot of things. Like, for example, like if I think about a person, like a friend or somebody that I'm just thinking about, like for a little bit, like they call me. Things like that happen to me. If I'm thinking about a family member, they call me. Um, for example, if I think of like sometimes like a name will pop up in my brain. A name, let's just say, for example, like this happened to me like a month ago. I thought of a name Pedro. I was like, like I think I've known like two Pedros in my life. But and then I was at work and then some guy came to like pick up money and his name was Pedro. And that shit happened the same day. It was so weird. But things like that tend to happen. So, and I feel like I have really good intuition. I feel like I've like people's body language. I'm really good with people's body language. So when I know a person for a very long time, um, I know when they lie to me. Um, they don't have to say anything to me. It's just their body language that I'm just like, okay, yeah, I get you. And then I don't know, man. I have a big intuition on people. Body language is a good thing, and I can sense people like through their body language. I could tell when something's wrong, and I'm a very caring person, but that has gotten me into trouble. Like if I care too much about a person, then I know that there's a guarantee that I can get hurt based off of my own emotions. And it's just like I've trained myself to not really care too much of people. They're just there, and I just they're there. I see them, I feel them, I talk to them, and I just let them be. I've learned to just let people be because at the end of the day, they're going to want to do what they want. I have no control whatsoever of what people are going to do, say, think, do, action, blah, blah. So, people are going to do what they want to do. And I feel like caring too much of their actions can hurt me. And I'm a Cancer, bro. Cancers are just like freaking sensitive, but you have to like. I've learned to like train myself to not be sensitive, um, but also I don't take shit from nobody because yeah, I may be quiet, but don't mess with me at the same time, and so it's like um my intuition. Like I'll be thinking of things that might happen with a friendship and then it ends up happening. And I'm just like, yeah, I knew that this shit was gonna happen. I knew it. And then I just let it be. Let it be, let it be. And sometimes I feel like I'm like a witch. I'm a witch and I know what's gonna happen like in a week. Um Like I'm always ready for the disappointments, which is really sad to say. I'm so used to being disappointed so many times, being canceled, being replaced, being betrayed. Well, not so much betrayed, but replaced, forgotten. Uh and I think that's just like that revolves around like my family. So it's nobody's fault, really. Um and people are just careless, and you got to learn that you end up learning that there's a bigger picture to how you feel. um it all has to do with people's upbringing. You know, it really doesn't have to do anything with you. Maybe like this much it has something to do with you because you're not aware of the things that people want from you. So there's no communication. There's just like perception of who you are, but that's not really who you are. It's just misunderstandings 99% of the time. And like I feel like lack of communication messes with most things in relationships. And it's like I don't know, I get too deep into this and I just feel like when I'm feeling a certain way, I just listen to music, you know. And if I think too hard of the things that do bother me, I'm going to put myself in a deep hole that I don't want to be in. So, so just let people be, because every human in this world is going through something. Every human is trying to conquer whatever they are trying to conquer daily, and everything in this world is out of our control. That's it. That's all I want to talk about. And yeah, other than that, everything's going well. It's so quiet. I can't wait for Sunday so that I can take my son to the library. There's going to be like a little Lego event. I'm going to surprise him. So he won't know about it. And yeah, that's it really. I'm always looking forward for my weekends with my son. Yeah, and that's that. Thank you for watching, and on to the next video. NJ for life.